The NBA thought they had figured out the Denver Nuggets, but with a revamped roster, a healthy superstar, and a chip on their shoulder, the Nuggets are about to turn the tables in ways no one expected. You should be terrified, because they're coming. The Denver Nuggets. A team once dismissed as a flash-in-the-pan contender, now rising from the ashes like a phoenix, ready to burn down the rest of the NBA. How did this happen? Let's break it down. In 2025, the Nuggets found themselves in a battle, a war that most teams wouldn't even survive. A Western Conference semifinals series against the Oklahoma City Thunder. Top seed, high expectations, and the weight of the world on their shoulders. And yet, despite dealing with injuries, exhaustion, and a lack of depth, Denver took the series to 7 games. 7 games against a fully healthy Thunder team. And who was leading the charge? None other than Nikola Jokic, playing 40-plus minutes a game, still putting up 28.4 points, 13.9 rebounds, and 5.9 assists. He was playing through pain, dragging a depleted roster with him, and he almost made the impossible happen. But let's talk about that depleted roster for a second. Denver's bench? It was a ghost town, averaging only 26.4 points per game, nearly the lowest in the league. Key guys like Michael Porter Jr. and Aaron Gordon were not just banged up, they were playing hurt. And still, Denver managed to win 3 games against the Thunder. They didn't just roll over and accept defeat. No, they fought tooth and nail, proving that this team has something special. And that's where the fear factor begins. The Nuggets didn't just fight, they showed everyone that they could contend, even without the full firepower. But what happens when they're fully loaded? Let's take a closer look at their moves in 2025. Denver didn't sit idly by in the offseason. No, they upgraded. Big time. They brought in Tim Hardaway Jr., a guy who could give them 11 points a game, shooting 36.8% from 3. Imagine this. Jokic, with his vision and passing ability, creating open looks for Hardaway, who can catch and shoot with ease. Now you have a player who stretches the floor, giving Jokic even more space to operate. Denver's offense is about to become even more dangerous. Then they added Jonas Valanciunas. A beast in the paint, Valanciunas will provide a reliable backup for Jokic. Finally, a big man who can step in when Jokic needs a breather. He's averaged 10.4 points and 7.7 rebounds with high efficiency in Sacramento. He's not just a filler, he's a real contributor. This move alone addresses one of Denver's biggest weaknesses, the lack of a viable option when Jokic is off the court. And don't forget Bruce Brown. After his key role in the 2023 finals, Brown's return adds more depth and versatility. Defensively, he's a bulldog, and offensively, he can score and facilitate. Another weapon for Denver. Now let's talk numbers. With these additions, Denver's projected bench scoring is expected to increase significantly. Tim Hardaway Jr. gives you 11 to 15 points, Valanciunas chips in 10 to 12, Brown adds another 8 to 10, and their existing bench will bring in 10 to 15 more. Do the math, and you're looking at 40-plus points per game from the second unit alone, a 50% improvement from last season. This isn't just a deeper team. This is a team that can keep up with anyone for a full 48 minutes. But the real bombshell came with the trade for Cam Johnson. The Nuggets sent Michael Porter Jr. and a 2023 first-round pick to Brooklyn for the versatile forward, and it's a move that could reshape their future. Look, Porter is a shooter, and when his shot isn't falling, he's a liability. He doesn't contribute much in other areas. No playmaking, no defense. But Cam Johnson, he's a different animal. A 39% career three-point shooter, Johnson can create his own shot, defend multiple positions, and most importantly, he doesn't need the ball to contribute. That's a perfect fit for Jokic's system. Now, Denver has a versatile piece who can play both ends of the floor and doesn't need the ball in his hands to make an impact. The lineup flexibility here is insane. And let's not forget about the financial flexibility this trade gives the Nuggets. By moving on from Porter's deal, Denver cleared $78 million in cap space. That's huge, not just for this season, but for years to come. They've set themselves up for long-term contention giving them the ability to add more pieces down the line and extend their championship window. So, where does this all leave them? Simple. The Nuggets are a different animal now. They have one of the most dominant players in the world in Nikola Jokic, a fully healthy Jamal Murray, and a bench that can actually contribute. They've got depth, versatility, and the kind of chemistry that can't be bought. This is a team that has been to the top of the mountain, and now they're only getting stronger. And it's not just about the players on the court, it's about the coaching staff. Proven he can get the best out of this roster, and with the new additions, he's got even more tools to work with. The Nuggets are playing with fire right now, and if they keep this up, they're going to make the rest of the league sweat. Now let's talk about the competition. Oklahoma City Thunder? They're good, no doubt, but Denver knows how to attack them. The Thunder didn't make any major roster upgrades this offseason, and while they're talented, they're still trying to figure out how to put everything together. The Nuggets? They've been there, done that. They've been to the finals and won the whole thing. They know how to get it done when it counts. As for the Houston Rockets, they added Kevin Durant and some veterans, but they still need to figure out how to make it all mesh. Chemistry matters in the NBA, and Denver has that in spades. They've been playing together for years, and their system is well established. Houston, on the other hand, is still trying to figure out their identity. And the scary part for the rest of the NBA is that the Nuggets are just getting started. There's no stopping them now. With Jokic at his peak and Jamal Murray fully healthy for the first time in years, the Nuggets have a two-headed monster in the backcourt that's tough to match. The combination of Jokic's brilliance and Murray's ability to explode for 30-plus points on any given night makes Denver nearly impossible to game plan against. They're not just a team with one star, they're a team with two players who can take over a game. But let's not ignore the unsung heroes. Christian Braun, who's proven himself as a legitimate starter, adds more energy and grit to an already tough lineup. He's not flashy, but his presence allows the Nuggets to keep rolling even when their stars need a breather. The depth on this roster is absurd. With players like Hardaway Jr., Valanciunas, Brown, and Cam Johnson, the Nuggets now have 8 players who could start for half of the league, giving them the ability to throw different looks at opponents throughout the regular season. But it's not just about regular season depth, it's about playoff depth. The playoffs are where depth is most important, and the Nuggets have it in spades now. Think about it. When the starters are exhausted or when matchups get tricky, Denver has the luxury of having multiple players who can step in and keep the pace high without skipping a beat. This will be especially crucial as they battle through the grind of the postseason. Gone are the days when Jokic had to do everything himself. Now he's got a roster full of players who can take on the load. Let's talk about Jokic mindset going into the 2026 season. After a brutal playoff exit in 2025, expect a more motivated Jokic than we've ever seen before. The man who has already won 2 MVPs and a Finals MVP isn't satisfied. Jokic isn't just looking to be great, he wants to be remembered as one of the best ever. And that hunger? That's what will drive the Nuggets in 2026. Jokic isn't just a scorer, he's a basketball genius. His vision on the court is unparalleled, and now, with a deeper roster and more shooters around him, he can do even more. He'll have more options on offense and more defenders to pick apart. Add in the fact that his passing ability is still the most underrated part of his game, and you've got a recipe for a historic season. Teams will be forced to choose. Do they focus on shutting down Jokic's scoring, or do they risk letting him dish out dimes to all of his newly added teammates? No matter what they choose, it's going to be tough to win. But let's talk about the bigger picture here. The Nuggets are built for long-term success. This isn't just a one-year window. Denver is set up for a championship run for the next few years. With the trade of Michael Porter Jr. and the addition of Cam Johnson, Denver has cleared up financial space to continue adding pieces down the line. With Jokic in his prime, Murray fully healthy, and a roster that's stacked with talent, this team is poised to remain a contender for at least the next half-decade. And that's a wrap on the Nuggets' rise to dominance. What do you think? Are they the team to beat? Drop your thoughts below, hit that like if you enjoyed, and don't forget to share and subscribe for more NBA talk.